It's a sad day in T-Mid land, and you may be asking, well, T-Mid, why is it a sad day? What's going on? Let me explain. Before we get into this video, we are gathered here today to say rest in peace to a fellow hard drive. This is a 5 terabyte hard drive that was basically full, and it crashed on me while I was exporting a wedding video that I had to deliver to a client. So if you've seen my last video and wonder why there's no BTS, it's because the BTS is right here. And just for a little bit more context, the same is true for this video you're going to watch right now. Now, luckily with this video, I was able to go live, so I do have some BTS, but all of the good stuff is right here. Now, I was able to keep one video clip. When you don't have a videographer and you gotta get your model to record for you. Do it look good over there? It looks great. It looks great? Alright. We in 4K? Alright. Bet. And that's literally all that I have in terms of video. The photos, I got really lucky because these were the most recent photo shoots that I've done, so I didn't wipe it off of my memory card just yet. So that, along with a lot of other stuff, I'm still determining if I want to try to recover the stuff on here, but it is absolutely a sad day. But you know, we're gonna get the content out either way. So, you know, we're gonna make it work. With that being said, we got all of my data here that's pretty much done. But the show goes on. That is actually my second drive that happened to. 2019 was the first one. 2025 is the second one. Lo and behold, the first one was a Seagate, and I opened this one up, and guess what? I told myself I would never get another Seagate. And what's in there? A Seagate. So that's my second Seagate. Seagate, I need answers right now. Now, we are here for this video, and you have seen the title, okay? The Sigma 105 Killer. What does that mean? It means that, honestly, I'm not trolling you all at all. I am not trolling you all at all. I honestly believe that this APS-C lens, the 75 1.2, no, this is not sponsored by Viltrox. I believe that look that everyone says that Sigma gives you, I believe that I am able to get that with this lens. Now, keep in mind that it's cropped, so it doesn't necessarily fall as a 105. It's more so a 112.5. But it's closer to a 105 than a 135. But we can argue that you get the look with either way. I've tried the 85 and I love the 85, but I'm letting you know that this gives me the look. So check out this video and we're going to talk about it.
I remember the days, always at the same place, the same people every day. I will never forget this black old Corvette standing in front of my way. We were both in high school, thought I was so cool. Oh, when I was falling for you, you keep drawing me in the light. But even so, yeah, I need
So I'm using crop lenses. So this is like 75 crop, but this is actually like a 110, 112. And I've been using this lately. Yes, that's it right there. Perfect.
Sunday feels so bittersweet, knowing I can leave. You taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. I can feel the beat of my heart and beat. 'Cause you taste like candy.
Perfect. Yeah, that's it. Come up a little bit. Perfect. And can you sit like on your knees? And we got
you taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. I can feel the beat of my heart increase. 'Cause it tastes like candy.
okay, so you seen the BTS. I started with a 27, and that's a APS-C as well. So it's more in the 40-ish range, and I love the compression of that. But we are here for this Sigma 105 killer, right? And that 75, if you look at the rendering of those images, it is absolutely beautiful. Now let's talk about it a little bit, because there's a few reasons why I kind of opt for this instead of the actual Sigma 105 or 135. So T-Man, what are those things? Well, I am glad that you are asking, okay? Now, I've shot with the Sigma 105 plenty of times, okay? So I know when people talk about this lens, I understand that it is an absolutely great lens. But I do feel like I can get it with this lens. Now, let's look and see. I got my camera bag right here. And this is just a testament of me actually using this lens, because it is still in my bag, okay? So here we go right here. And you know, you gotta keep the ND. But this is the 75 1.2. Now, a lot of things draw me to this instead of actually getting a 105. T-Med, what are they? Let's talk about it. There are some drawbacks with using this, but if you have the right camera model, you can probably dismiss some of the caveats. Now, the first thing is size. If you look at this size is absolutely perfect, okay? The 105, you know, it is big, it is bulky. Weight, you can mention it. I don't really care about the weight. The form factor is more so the case for me, because nowadays I carry a smaller bag, so I need these things to fit. And that Sigma will probably take up 2 spaces versus this one. Okay, now we got the size, right? We got the rendering. This, I honestly believe, can compete with that Sigma 105. If you put some images beside each other, it's not too far off. We all know that the quality of the lenses with respect to the image rendering, you can barely tell what lens is which when you line them up. It's really going to come to compression and depending on the focal length. So that's another reason why I opt to go with this. We also have the ND filter threads. So with these lenses, the threads are typically consistent amongst most of the pro lenses, which are the ones that I typically use. So I got a 77 millimeter thread, and I can pretty much switch amongst all the other lenses in this particular family. When you talk about the 135, of course you gotta go up, but for the most part, the ones I use, I can easily swap out my ND filters. Now, the construction of it is pretty solid. We got weather sealing, and this right here is a Nikon lens. So you see that everything is pretty good. Now, funny enough, the drawbacks that you probably wouldn't want is if you're rocking like a 24 megapixel camera, then a full frame, and you throw this APS-C on there, then the effective sensor space for the megapixels, you're really going to be getting around 11 megapixels instead of the full sensor. Now that can be pretty bad, right? But if you have a camera with more megapixels, then it's a little more forgiving. But in this particular video, the images that you saw were actually with the Z6 III, and it fits the bill for around that 20 something megapixels. And you can see you can definitely still get great images with those lower megapixel cameras, so it can still work. In terms of quality, that's probably the biggest drawback. And 75 millimeter focal range isn't bad, but once you get that crop factor 1.5, I love that 112 look. Okay, I just always hated carrying those lenses that give you that look. So when you start talking about that major compression, you're talking about the 105 is up there. 85, but really the 105, you're talking about the 135, you're talking about the 200 when you really want that look, and you really start to get a little bit more weight as well as bulkier form factor with those lenses. Now, this is a 1.2, but when you add that crop factor, it's about a 1.8, so you don't have a true 1.2 with that as well. But I'm telling you, you seen the images, they are still absolutely beautiful even at that f-stop. So this is me giving you my opinion. I would definitely love to hear what you all have to say, and I promise I am not trolling because I honestly do feel like this can take the place of a 105 for me. And that is for me. I love the images that I got from it, and it gives me that look at a cheaper cost, which is another great point. Okay, and less weight and all of the other things that I mentioned. So we're gonna keep the content rolling. Okay, we're gonna figure out this memory, this hard drive situation, but nevertheless, that's never stopped me before, so we got more content on the way. T to the M to the IDD. Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. Peace.